I know we waited for you last week, Darius, to get back and talk about the All-Star team because we'll talk about one do you think the starters are appropriate? I think I know what you're going to say. And two, do you think the fans should be allowed to vote? Because it seems like people have one opinion or the other.
I'm going to go on question 2, first of all. But before I answer all that, because we just got off college basketball, my homie on Twitter, Mace, I_am_Mace on Twitter, he just told me that we are sleeping on Xavier Thomas from San Diego State, that he is tied with Doug McDermott in efficiency. So maybe that's somebody we need to look out for. Never heard of him. Thank you, Mace. You are my street assistant out here. When my eyes are not paying attention, he's paying attention for me.
There you go.
All right. Should the fans vote? Like I said, I'm going to answer question 2 first. I think fans should vote, but I don't think it should be 100%. I think they should have either a 75% or a 50%, and then let the other players vote on the starters. And the reason I say fans should vote is because the coaches have been getting some stuff wrong too, and they vote the reserves in, and they've been snubbing some people who should have been in, including this year.
I saw you go on Twitter about that.
Yeah, and I'm not really pleased with Lance Stevenson not making the All-Star team.
I agree. My fantasy team agrees with you.
Yeah, Joe Johnson is not an all-star. I don't really care what anybody has to say about it. He's averaging 15 points a game. And then in the West, Dirk made the team. He's averaging 21. I don't think he should have made it, though. DeMarcus Cousins, to me, is the best center in the NBA this year. Even though they suck, I think you still have to reward them. I don't like the conversation that we reward winning when we do the all-star team. Rewarding winning is called the playoffs.
Yeah.
If individual players is the all-star team. So DeMarcus Cousins should get in, and Kobe is going to sit out because he's hurt, and Chris Paul might too. So there's going to be some reserves that get in. Probably Goran Dragic is going to be one. He deserves it.
Definitely.
And it might be Anthony Davis. Either him or Cousins should make it. Now, question number 1 that you asked: do I feel the starters are correct? Well, I mean, Dwayne Wade shouldn't be an all-star to me. He sits out too many games. And if you're going to put him in and make him a reserve, he's going to make it regardless because the East is not good. So
that's what I thought. I thought, I was like, he shouldn't be there, but then I was like, wait, who do you put over him? You can't really put
anybody in there. Kyrie Irving, a lot of stuff has come out about him recently as far as him not wanting to be in Cleveland, and his game is not, really where it should be. As I told people, if Derrick Rose was playing, no matter even if Rose had a good season or not, Rose would be starting because he would get more votes. So Kyrie kind of got there by default. Carmelo, even though they suck, he should still be a starter. And y'all know I don't really like him. But as far as the West, Kobe, of course, shouldn't be a starter, but nobody else is going to get those votes.
Blake Griffin over LaMarcus Aldridge.
Blake Griffin, I'm not really. I was happy that Kevin Love made it over Dwight Howard because I don't like Dwight. But I was like, okay, if y'all going to vote for Kevin Love, y'all could have voted for LaMarcus.
Yeah.
He's having a better season, putting up MVP-type numbers with MVP wins. So it's kind of confusing, but for the most part, I'm not really too upset at anything except the reserves, because usually the starters, like, I keep up with it. I know who's going to be a starter before they announce it. Kevin Love did surprise me, and I'm also happy for Steph Curry. Steph Curry, I was happy that he was named the starter.
Well, for me, I think I got one question for you before we open this up.
Okay.
What I was mad about, I think John Wall should be the starting point guard for the East based on his play. Do you think that Wall should be over Kyrie?
I wouldn't be disappointed in that personally, and this is something that I just feel which really don't have too much to do with this. I don't even think Wall, if we look a few years from now, I don't even think he's going to be the best player on that team. I really like Bradley Beal. I think Bradley Beal is going to be the leader of that Wizards team. Of course, Wall definitely is an all-star this year. And I can actually go with you on that. I think he should be a starter because Kyrie, everybody talks about, Kyrie Irving, great player, superstar, in the making. And I'm like, first of all, the people who say this are the people who watch highlights on SportsCenter. They don't watch games. You make somebody fall with a crossover, and then everybody, he's the next big thing. Okay, he's nice for an all-star game. But look when he plays with the Cavaliers. There's a reason that they lose so much. He over-dribbles, and he doesn't like passing the ball. He doesn't make his teammates better, which is his job as a point guard. So, personally, I can't go with John Wall because the Wizards they beat some good teams this year. They just beat the Thunder. They ended their 10-game win streak last week. So I can go with that. I can go with John Wall being started.
John Wall had a sick game that game, too.
Yeah, so I can definitely go with that.
All right, so Adam and Ryan, what are your thoughts on this All-Star debate?
I don't know what it is with voting because I think fans can get it right. I'm going to take it from my favorite sport, baseball, in which they usually get it right, and they get it right very well. And if they don't, the coaches change that very quick. they'll do something about it to correct it. I don't like Wade being there. I don't even like Bosch being a reserve. But the East is so weak that who are you going to put on the team to make it at least a little competitive? Exactly. I don't even think the game's going to be that competitive anyway.
West is going to blow out.
But I'm upset that you want to broaden the game, but you're going to get the elite, established people the starting jobs and the reserves. You're not going to bring in up and coming to show that there's other, like, this would be a great time for DeMarcus Cousins to be on the team to show the NBA and to show the United States and the world that Sacramento has an actually good player. They might do something few years down, but right as of right now, they don't have that right. They're not going to see that, and that's what sucks is that you don't see a player that really deserves to be there, that's worked their butt off, and usually that happens with the reserves, and they've faltered. And another thing, baseball has also been great with the reserves. They've given goes like it might not be the flashiest players, but they've deserved it because of how they played the year, and I think that's where the NBA falters, and that's why it's below college basketball to me.
I couldn't agree more. I just think anything where there's an all-star game and such, I know it's kind of going to be a popularity contest, and I hate that part about it, because the guys who deserve to be there don't get it, and the guys who don't deserve it just get in on the popularity. I mean, you said it. D. Rose was healthy, he'd be the starting guard in the East. Dwayne Wade makes it. Bosch makes it. I think Griffin, I mean, he's had a good season. He's developed his game a little more. But I don't think he should be there. I think you put Love at the 4 and then Cousins at the 5 for the West. I just don't like it being as much of a popularity contest as it is. I think the biggest sham this year is that Lance Stevenson didn't make it on the East.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's one of the most, if not the most improved player in the NBA. You could throw in Cousins there. You could throw in Anthony Davis a little bit there.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a sham. I saw a stat that LeBron and Durant have 2 triple-doubles this year combined. Mm-hmm. Lance Stevenson has 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, it seems wrong to me. I just don't like it at all.
It's a no-brainer of putting him on, but you're just totally dumbfounded that he's not.
Right. As a fantasy owner of Lance Stevenson, I agree. He should be there directly. Joe Johnson off, Lance Stevenson on. But for me, I guess my take on this is the All-Star game should be done like this. I think the fans are idiots. I've said this for years since. I know he's your boy. I love him too. But Allen Iverson, I think it was 2010, the year he made the All-Star game. And Yao Ming made it too, and Yao Ming played one game.
I'm happy you brought that up.
But the way I look at it, the coaches or the executives, it should be or the players, a collaboration of all of them, should vote on every single player for the All-Star team, because this is something that goes on guys' resumes. It goes on their legacies, how many All-Star teams you made, Coaches and players should vote on everything. I think the fans, if anything, they should have one vote for each team, and it should be the snub vote. Who do the fans want to see of those snubs? Like a Lance Stevenson or somebody like that.
Like the last, baseball, the last chance.
Yeah, that's it.
You have one from you have one from the, AL and one from the NL. Those were flipping my mind. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I think.
They
fans
need
get
to do
one
that.
vote for conference. That's it. Because I am sick and tired of seeing these NBA fans vote the Yao Mings who play 0 games, the Kobe Bryants, he's played 7. And if Derrick Rose, I'm surprised Derrick Rose. I was talking to my roommate Frost about it. He's like, wait, Kobe Bryant got in, but Derrick Rose didn't. I was like, that's the first thought that went through my head when I saw the starters.
The same exact thing. I thought Derrick Rose was going to be voted in, at least get more votes than what he got.
That's what I think.